이번 것도 어제 윈도우 창 띄워야 될 것 같네.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile
아니야, 굶어
brain.
죽어. 전기세내다가.
Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
Do you think
Yeah, I'm
this
thinking of moving
lipstick's
up to
too light for my
45.
complexion?
If olive oil comes from olives, where's baby oil come from? That's the cop from the newspaper.
Greetings from sunny California. Stop.
그러게 오늘은 날씨 꾸질꾸질하던데 비는 안 오더라.
You know the way. You can drive. A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up in San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to say.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into
아
unsolved.
그래요?
Getting a
아니고?
vicious killer off the streets is more important than my
햇불이면서
reputation.
한두 방울씩.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs.
어서 오세요.
Sometimes you just gotta make first hits.
Detectives,
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door canvassing for
여기까지.
witnesses.
비 오면 좀 덜 더워질라나?
Will do, detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
증거가
And the
다
body?
씻겨나갔대.
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma.
다행이다. 옷을
Knock him
입고
over the
있어.
head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label.
어우 야
Superior
저거
Laundry
달고서 이
Services,
옷을 입었어? 뭐가 안
11363.
끄슬리냐? 선정적인가 너굴맨이 숨겼으니 안심하라고.
Never the same, are they?
옷! 옷 쪽으로는 뭐 확인을 더 안 하네. 신발 한 짝이 없어졌어. 신발 확인 안 해? 그러게 신발이 한 짝 벗겨지고 없어진 건 확인이 되는데 체크를 안 하네. 또 돈을 안 챙겼어? 전화에서는 신발 사이즈 꼼꼼히 보더니 이번에 확인도 안 하네.
No drag marks. Killer was moving around, surveying the scene. Circumstantial.
시체가 유기되었다는 거라고요? 똑똑한데. 여기서 세워서 두고서 도망갔나 봐.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
뭐지? 이런 날씨에 우산도 안 쓰네.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
불황자. 거짓말할 이유는 없겠지.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
전화 받아주는 애가 만능인 것 같아. 뭐 물어보면 다 알아.
Can you keep things under control until Pinker and Carruthers finish up?
Sure, Detective. We'll stay out of their way.
그건 다 맞겠지? 자비스라고? 그래, 저 정도 대활약했으면은 한 번쯤 얼굴
You drive.
보여줘야 되는 거 아니야?
I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
적혀 있는 순서대로 가죠.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to
야, 너
follow.
운전을 왜
Can't be
이렇게
the
해?
same guy.
야, 너 왜 그래?
Right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
아, 또 낯설하셨나봐. 주인공 성공했다고.
At least the rain's changed back into those white bucks.
진짜 이거는 딱히 없지.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself.
I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
치사하네. 아까 번호 뭐라고?
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Always bother.
주차 너무 막 하는 거 아니야?
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
저도 어제 그 생각했는데.
What? I fought 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the lead. These guys can wait. What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Calling you stupid would be an insult to stupid people.
How come the cops can't ignore us the same way the government does?
Isn't he the cop that won the medal and is solving all the cases? Tell a man that there are 400 billion stars in the belief. Tell him a bench has wet paint on it and he has to touch.
다 말에 대답하는 건 아니네.
What I missed?
Phelps, leave him be.
We don't talk about other people.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Why is the word abbreviation so long? Are you drunk, mister? Or are you
얼굴에
just
상처
fat?
있는 남자라는 거.
The early bird gets the worm.
근데 바깥은 아닌 것 같고.
Are you drunk, mister, or you just cracked?
I ain't had any real chow in a week.
아니야 좋다고요.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
제일 안쪽에 있을 것 같긴 한데.
Phelps, leave him be.
뭐 딱히 안 보이지 않아?
There are 3 kinds of people. Those who can count and those who can't.
말 걸 수 있을 것 같이 생긴 애들이 없는데. 여길 지금 오는 게 아닌 건가? 여기 문 열려 있는데? 여기? 비켜. 아 진짜 너 때문에 꼈잖아. 일로 가 좀. 아 비키라고. 됐다. 대장스러운 사람이 안 보이는데?
Slow down! You're a modest little person with much to be modest about. Hey, that's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
근데 뭐 그래 보이는 사람이 없어요. 대장이면은 뭐 애들이 이렇게 좀 뭉쳐 있는다거나 아니면은 좀 복장이 좀 특이하다거나 뭐 그런 게 있어야 되는데 그런 애가 안 보이네.
An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman walk into the bar. The bartender looks up and says, "What is this? Some kind of joke?"
I don't know who you're looking for, and I don't want to know.
Are you drunk, mister, or are you just cracked?
다 왔던 데잖아. 그나마 하나 발견한 건 여기서 사진 하나 찾았는데 아직 여기 오는 게 아니었을까? 왜 어제 과일 가게 아니었던 것처럼?
Can't we talk about this?
아이 도로가 하필이면 위야. 그거는 피해자 집. 여기는 목격자가 용의자 같다고 주장하는 사람.
Calling you stupid would be an insult to stupid people.
이쪽은 아직 아닌가 봐.
You're behind the wheel. And where exactly are we going? I've got a feeling we're about to meet
저 내가
another
부순 거
wife.
아니야.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's
얘도
usually
운전
correct.
이상하게 하네.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
애들이 있는데?
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning.
여기는 뭐 애들
Very
듣든가
sorry for
말든가
your
그냥
loss.
막 얘기하는구만.
I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's procedure. You see to your girls.
얘네들이 왜 이렇게 무기력하냐? 인생 쓴맛 다 본 표정인데.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules him out as a suspect.
전화기 사용하는 표시가 떴었는데.
Need to check if she was a regular.
아빠 닮았다고.
If you'd excuse me, ladies. Don't think this is any use to us. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies. Lars was out in the rain last night.
어서 오세요. 아니 얘도 하필이면 8호야.
Let's see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
팔 사이즈 작은 거라며. 이 동네에 왜 이렇게 발 작은 남자들이 많아?
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity. She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
오프닝 때는 술에 취한 것 같이 행동하던데. 뭐지? 애 사진 왜 한 명밖에 없어?
Seems irrelevant.
이 2층 침대 무섭지 않나? 난 밑에 층에서 자면 무서울 것 같아. 무너지면 어떡해.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this guy.
그렇지 않아요? 천장 보고 있으면 되게 무서울 것 같지 않아? 위에 있는 사람 꿈틀꿈틀 거리는 거 다 보이잖아.
Wonder why the picture was turned down.
어서 오세요. 뭐야 이거 왜 핸드백 2개나 있어?
No good to me.
그래서 다 2층 침대 쓴다고? 뭐요? 요즘엔 다 1인 침대 아니에요? 천장이 눈앞에 있는 거 빼고 괜찮다고요? 그게 무섭지 않아요? 위에 있는 사람이 움직일 때마다 바닥이 쑥쑥 꺼지는 게 보이잖아. 대충 다 본 거 같지? 전화 표시가 자꾸 뜨거든? 전화기 어디 있는데?
Operator, give me dispatch.
침대 써요.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No.
쫄보 같다고요?
Suspect
쫄보인데
says he was
어떡해.
with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you. For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
방 다 찾은 건가? 뭐 안 찾은 거 있지 않을까?
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
일단은 어제 경험상 다 거짓말로 찔러보자. 취소가 다 가능하니까.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
증거 있냐고? 아니 없는데?
Looks like I made a mistake.
어떻게? 직관력은 힌트 같은 거예요.
For the record, Charles, did you kill your wife?
Oh my god. No. I didn't kill my wife. And fuck you for suggesting it.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
안절부절하는데 아까랑은 좀 다르죠? 찔러보자.
So when I call this Bobby Ross character and he tells me you're lying...
Look, what do I have to do to convince you that I stayed at the party?
그건 내가 모르지.
Nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that? You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and
그
bring her home.
오프닝에서 술에 취해서 비틀비틀거렸잖아.
Mr. Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
아닌 것 같은데?
Spill it, Tarleton. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
8시 반?
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. Played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
아니걸. 그거 네 옷 젖어 있었잖아. 비 오는 날 나갔었잖아.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but
막장이네.
nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Tarleton. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
사실인 것 같다고. 그다음에 바부터 가볼까요? 술 취해서 헤어지고 바에 갔다 그랬어.
Talking? No! Why not?
Meg running.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Tarleton?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're
소금
saying it was
빠르네.
that Black Dahlia freak again?
Is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, two creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
이게 마스터하면 미륵될 수 있냐고요? 아니요, 국내랑 정서가 다르기 때문에 통하지 않을 수도 있어요.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
뭐 택시 타고 어디 갔는지 얘도 모르겠지.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
뭐지?
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD.
또
Don't
뛰어?
make me chase you, shitbird. Can't let the son of a bitch get away. Go, Phelps, get after it.
거미처럼 생겼네.
Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive. thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
동료 죽은 거 아니야?
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you.
술 취해서 운전하는 거 있잖아.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is a killer. For some reason, they're sticklers.
이걸 못 들어가네. 옛날 게임이면 이 정도 올라가야 되는 거 아니야? 이거 못 치겠는데? 시민들이 민첩해가지고 치려고 하면은 이렇게 몸 C자로 만들어갖고 피해요. 민첩 만렙이야.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
아니 다 자기네들이 알아서 해. 나 훔치는 것도 아니고 그냥 몸 C자로 해서
We could have a killer on our hands.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you.
몸 C자로 만드는 거 왜 이렇게 옆으로 휙 하면 한 번 점프하면서 피하는
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Showing you how it's done. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Maybe you shouldn't have waited for me, Phelps. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
뭐해요? 야, 너 한 방에.
I've had enough.
한 방에 무슨 짓을 한 거야?
Put your hands in the air. Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him.
우리
Are we
파트너
finished?
몽댕이 들고 쫓아왔어. 진짜일까 가짜일까?
You sure you and the sailor didn't take her somewhere and things got out of hand?
Even cops need evidence. You got nothing on me that links me to that woman.
이 표정 뭐지? 아 어이없네. 뭐 이런 식인가?
Looks like I was mistaken. Tell us about Teresa
아닌가
Terrell's.
봐.
What's to tell?
의심했었어야 됐는데.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
이 표정은 뭐야? 뭐 일단은 계속 뭔가 파들파들거리고 있으니까 의심이 오죠.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
택시.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks.
용의자를 잡고 있다고? 이 동네 왜 이렇게 시끄러워?
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Sympathizers in our employ.
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
아까 걔 2번에 있다 그랬나?
I want to make homicide. You know you've got it made if you can get to that guy.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
몇 시에 만났는데?
You're lying to me, Jessup. I think you weren't having much luck and you decided to take it out on Mrs. Terrellson.
That's not true. What makes you think I wanted to hurt her?
뭐...
Don't ask, you never find out.
근데 그... 뭐지? 살인 용도로 사용한 로프가 저기...
So you tried to
배
make
타는
a
애들이
woman
자주
who was
쓰는
incredibly
밧줄이라고 하지
drunk?
않나?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
눈 빙글빙글 돌리는데?
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
이게 게임 가면 갈수록 용의자가 늘어나네.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going? Three suspects in the can and one on the hook. Still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Terrellson picked up.
11K, roger.
그 찜찜한 건 있었어요. 용의자 둘 중에 한 명 누가 범인인지. 점수는 잘 나왔는데 찜찜해가지고. 점수 높으니까 범인인 게 맞겠지?
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
Need you to stay focused. We need to hold out.
How do we do that?
Like this. Buckshot, keep you down, Phelps.
You want your rightful share.
이건 또
We need
무슨?
to fight for it.
Disciples know what you did last night?
아 총들 야 총 가져와 놓고서 왜 주먹질로 싸우는 거야? 망역.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
얘가 오프닝 때 훔쳐보고 있던 걔일까?
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Boss is truly fine.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
요 사진은 봤었던 거고. 아니? 야 이렇게 떡하니 있는데? 제가 범인인가 봐.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
야 이거 너무 대놓고잖아.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
둘이 같이 가서 잡자고?
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
이건 그건 것 같아. 얘가 정신과 의사 밑에서 일하고 있는 애인데 그 약을 빼돌려가지고 갱들한테 팔았었나봐요. 그래가지고 지금 정리하는 그런 내용인 것 같아. 신문도 띄문띄문 보니까 정확하게 내용 파악이 안 되네.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
여기서 빼먹은 게 있나? 이게 왜 계속 표시가 뜨지?
husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence.
근데 저 얘가 아까 전에 나왔던 거기 의사는 좀 야매 의사 같았어요. 뭐 정신 그런 환자들 치료를 제대로 된 치료를 하는 게 아니고 막 진통제 과투여 뭐 이런 느낌으로 그냥 당장 모면하는 느낌으로 해결하는 그런 스타일이었어. 어?
Looks like a match with the ligature
아니
marks.
얘도 로프가 있잖아.
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabby's back seat, Phelps. We need to find it.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
아니야 얘도 밧줄이 나왔지만 그래도 피 묻은 밧줄은 아니잖아. 피 묻은 게 압도적이지. 로프는 어디서나 구할 수 있으니까. 실내는 한번 다 뒤졌었는데 애들 없어졌네.
Please, can I have some time to explain to my daughters?
바깥에 있는 거 아까 그 로프를 안 봐가지고 표시가 뜬 거야. 진짜 동료가 운전할 수 없다고? 왜? 너 뭐 하는데? 아, 여기서 내가 뭐 할 거 더 있어?
What do you
Teresa's
think?
trail leads right to this cabby's back seat, Phelps. We need to find it.
얘 왜 여기서 못 때리지? 너 지금 운전하기 싫어갖고 이러는 거지?
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
근데 쫓아왔는데?
Where's that cab got to now?
네가 운전해.
I think his name is Phelps. I read about it in the paper.
안 하네? 왜? 알았어, 내가 할게.
$11K. Patrolman reports yellow cab 3591 at Loma and Union Drive.
택시 추격이어가지고 내가 했었어요.
It's moving.
내가 찍어줘요. 아, 이거 파업이라고. 아, 맵이 찍어줘야 쫓아가지.
$11K. Car 11 Kings. Further on your APB. Yellow cab 3591. Reported at the Turkey Bowl Diner. Last seen turning north on Loma Drive, heading northeast.
Why won't that little bastard stay still?
표시 안 찍어줘? 저 경찰서 표시인데.
If we survive this, it's
경찰서에 청구해.
There he goes again.
다시 이동한다고? 맵을 찍어줘야 가지고. 저게 맞는 건가?
All units in the vicinity in any Century unit. 211 is shots fired, 410 South Flower Street. Units in Canada.
Somebody.
Whoa there.
위 아니야? 택시 추적하는 것처럼 하더니 끝내 표시를 안 해주네.
Mouthpiece versus
Going
Strickland
this
at
way.
the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Guy gave his wife Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
표정이 좀 뜰분데.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrellson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
너네 집에서 이거 찾았어. 피 묻은 거. 아 이거 말고. 이거.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property.
이때는
How could it
혈액형까지밖에
belong to me?
확인이 안 되나 봐. 남의 집을 왜 들어갔냐고요?
A bus driver dropped Mrs.
범인이잖아.
Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You're lying, Ackerman. There must be a reason. You could have killed her in the camp.
My reasons are my own. Can you disprove what I say?
You're off the hook. For now. Sorry. My mistake.
계속 이렇게 하면 열받아 하나?
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
철회하는 멘트는 정해져 있나 봐.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
아니 저렇게 대놓고
Stuart
얘기하는데.
Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
뭐지?
A man down on his
왜
luck,
이렇게
I can
싱겁게
abide.
끝나지?
But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen.
이건 좀 이상하다.
And the grand
너무
results you
쉽게
have brought.
끝났어요.
You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
아, 택시기사. 근데 택시기사는 버그였나봐. 택시 뭐 어디서 발견했다 뭐 그렇게 막 무전이 오긴 했는데 위치 표시를 안 해줘가지고 못 찾았잖아. 그러게 뭔가 좀 시원찮네. 범인은 얘가 맞긴 맞는 것 같아요. 주목점으로 나온 거 보니까 택시기사 진술을 못 들은 게 좀 아쉽다 뭐 그 정도인 것 같아요.